Good morning. Welcome back to the operational amplifiers. In this session, we are discussing about the concepts of feedback. Remember, this feedback is a process in which a small amount of the output is supplied back to the input. And this we call it as the feedback. The basic amplifier that I have shown in figure 1 is said to have the fixed values of voltage gain, current gain, input impedance, output impedance, and bandwidth. All these values of a basic amplifier is fixed, and this is just a block diagram of basic amplifier. If it is required to change these values, if it is required to change the voltage gain, current gain, impedances, and bandwidth, then the better way is to introduce what is known as feedback. The better way to change all these parameters is to introduce feedback, in the sense by supplying a little amount of output back to input, right? That we call it as the feedback. And this is the block diagram of feedback amplifier. This is the basic amplifier, and this is the input terminal, this is the output terminal. The output is supplied back to the input using a network called feedback network. Now, we have, based on the feedback, we have two different types. We have two different types of feedback. One is the positive feedback and the other is negative feedback. The feedback is said to be positive if either the voltage or the current, if it is in phase with the input signal, then the feedback is called positive feedback or regenerative feedback, as shown in figure 1. This is the input signal. The green wave represents the input signal, whereas the blue wave represents the feedback signal. They are in phase. You can see here. Because they are in phase, the input signal will amplify further, and hence it is called regenerative feedback or positive feedback. The input signal enhances more, amplifies more. Whereas in case of negative feedback, whether it may be the voltage or the current, both of them they will be out of phase. So you can see in the waveforms of figure 2. In figure 2, the waveforms are not in phase, they are out of phase. Here it is the positive peak, exactly it is the feedback is in the negative maximum, negative peak. Similarly, if the input signal is the negative low value, the feedback is positive high value. So they almost gets cancelled. Hence, there is an oppose in the signals. The feedback signal opposes the input signal, or the input signal opposes the feedback signal. Hence the name negative feedback. They gets cancelled. If the amplitudes of both are same, the amplitudes gets cancelled, and hence negative feedback, or otherwise known as degenerative feedback. Degenerative feedback. Now, the advantages of feedback. Feedback will have the following advantages. In case of positive feedback, the gain increases, because of which the amplifier will be oscillating. And this is the useful condition if we use the if we use the amplifier as an oscillator. For the amplifier to use as an oscillator, the gain of the feedback or the feedback should increase the gain. In case of negative feedback, the negative feedback reduces the gain, hence such amplifiers will be stable. There will be no oscillations. In case of positive feedback, the gain will be increased, hence the circuits will be oscillating. In case of negative feedback, the gain decreases, hence the amplifier will be stable, hence no oscillations. Negative feedback reduces the waveform distortion in case of an amplifier. The negative feedback improves the stability of the amplifier gain, as we have studied in the second point itself. It reduces the distortion and noise. Again repeating, it reduces the distortion and therefore reduces the noise. Negative feedback increases the input impedance and decreases the output impedance. And finally, negative feedback increases the bandwidth. So these are the advantages of applying a feedback, whether it may be either positive or negative. So we have different types of negative feedback. Figure 1 represents a voltage series feedback. The feedback is applied to the input in series way. In the second case, the same feedback is applied to the input but in parallel way. Right? The output voltage is fed back to the input signal and in parallel. Whereas in the first case, the output voltage is fed back to the input in series way. You can observe the difference. Over here, how the network is. You can see the network here. Right? Whereas in figure 3, the output current is converted to the proportional voltage and it is again fed back to the input in series way. You can see the figure here. These two are the series connections. In the fourth figure, again current is converted to the proportional voltage and is fed back to the input in the parallel manner. Figure 1 and 3 represents the series connections. Figure 2 and 4 represents the parallel connections. Figure 1 and 2 represents the voltages applying to the input, the output voltage is applying to the input. Figure 3 and 4 represents the output current applying to the input by converting it into voltage. So this is about the concept of feedback. First we are discussing about the voltage gain with feedback represented by the symbol AVF. AV represents voltage gain, F represents with feedback. So here we have shown a circuit diagram with negative feedback in series. That is the first case that we have studied, having highest input impedance and lowest output impedance. So that is the desirable condition for the working of an amplifier. So here, for this particular circuit, the voltage gain with feedback is given by AVF is equal to V0 by Vs. Voltage gain with feedback is the ratio of output voltage to the signal voltage. signal voltage. This is the signal voltage V naught. This is signal voltage V naught. Feedback fraction or feedback ratio is beta equals Vf by V naught. It is Vf by V naught. It is the ratio of feedback voltage to the output voltage. Output voltage is different. If a small part of the output voltage is supplied back to input, and that is called the feedback voltage. And open loop gain, in the sense, again voltage gain only. Open loop gain is nothing but voltage gain without feedback. Voltage gain in the absence of feedback, and that is simply represented by AV, that is V naught by Vi. V naught is the output voltage, Vi is the input voltage. This is the input voltage, Vi. Vi is therefore it is the sum of Vs plus Vf. Remember, right? Vi is Vs minus Vf. Since it is negative feedback, therefore it is minus. If it is positive feedback, it is plus. Right? Now rearranging the terms of this expression, rearranging this, we get V naught is equal to AV into Vi. V naught is equal to AV into Vi. Or AV into Vi is nothing, this is Vi, this is Vi. Vi is equal to, this is Vs, this is Vf. Vs minus Vf. Negative because the feedback is negative feedback. Right? Therefore, it is Vs minus Vf. Or it is AV into Vs minus Vf is nothing but equal to, from this, it is beta into V naught. Beta into V naught from this expression. Beta into V naught. Or this is equal to AV into Vs minus AV into beta V naught. Now, on the LHS we have V naught. Therefore, this can be rewritten as V naught plus AV beta V naught, that is equal to AV into As. Or I took V naught common, therefore it is V naught the 1 plus AV beta, that is equal to AV into As. Therefore, V naught divided by Vs, it is nothing but AVF. V naught by Vs is equal to AV divided by 1 plus AV into beta. That is nothing but equal to voltage gain with feedback. Voltage gain with feedback. Now, we have special conditions of this. So here we are studying the special conditions. So we have derived the expression AVF is equal to AV by 1 plus AV into beta. Beta is the feedback fraction. Beta is the feedback fraction. AV is the voltage gain without feedback. AVF is the voltage gain with feedback. Right? Remember it. Now, if the denominator is greater than 1, then AVF will be less than AV. AVF will be less than AV. For example, if AV is equal to 6 units, AV is equal to 6 units. So this value is taken as greater than 1. So if the denominator is equal to 2, if this is equal to 2, since it is greater than 1, if it is 2, then AV by 2, that is 6 by 2 is equal to 3. This is AVF. Therefore, AVF is less than AV. If that is the case, the feedback is negative. The feedback will be negative. Similarly, if 1 plus AV into beta is equal to 0, that is, if the denominator value is 0, second case, if the denominator value is 0, then anything by 0 is nothing but infinity. Anything by 0 is infinity, in the sense the amplifier goes into oscillation. Amplifier goes into oscillation during positive feedback that we have studied. During negative feedback it will be stable. During positive feedback it goes into oscillation. right? Similarly, if the denominator is less than 1, if it is less than 1, for example, as it is less than 1, I take the denominator value as 0.5, let it be 0.5. Let this is equal to 0.5. If the denominator is 0.5, then 6 by 0.5 will be equal to 12. AVF will become equal to 12. Therefore, AVF is greater than AV. AVF is 12, AV is 6. Therefore, AVF is greater than AV. Hence, the feedback is said to be positive. If the gain increases, the feedback is positive. If the gain decreases, if the gain, voltage gain with feedback decreases, then it is negative feedback. Then the feedback applied is said to be negative. Or in other words, the reverse. If the feedback applied is negative, the voltage gain with feedback decreases. If the feedback applied is positive, the voltage gain with feedback increases. Again, if the feedback is negative, the denominator value is greater than 1. Since it is greater than 1, AV beta will be greater than 1. Right? It is greater than 1. Then when compared to this 1 is neglected, therefore it becomes AV divided by AV into beta. Or AV gets cancelled. The voltage gain with feedback will be simply the reciprocal of feedback fraction. Reciprocal of feedback fraction, that is 1 by beta. 1 by beta. This is about the voltage gain with feedback. Voltage gain with feedback. Now, in this slide we are discussing about the op-amp as a feedback amplifier. The op-amp working as a feedback amplifier. So in the linear applications of op-amp, it is always used with negative feedback. Linear applications are the applications such as op-amp as inverting amplifier, non-inverting amplifier, as the summer, differentiator, integrator, etc. or the linear applications of the operational amplifier. In all these cases, op-amp will be used with negative feedback only, because negative feedback controls the gain of the op-amp. It controls the gain. And negative feedback can be achieved by adding a resistor called feedback resistor. By adding a resistor called feedback resistor. So you can see here in figure, this is the feedback resistor. This is our just amplifier having two input terminals, one inverting input, the other non-inverting input, and this is the output terminal. Pin number 2 is inverting, pin number 3 is non-inverting, pin number 6 is output, pin number 4 is connected to the negative of the source, pin number 7 connected to the positive of the source. The other pins are the nulls, right? Now, the gain obtained due to this feedback is called closed loop gain, represented by ACL. In the previous slide, we took it as AVF. One and the same. AVF is nothing but equal to ACL now. Closed loop gain. Here we said it as voltage gain with feedback. One and the same. This is closed loop gain now. ACL in terms of AOL. AOL represents open loop gain. Open loop gain is nothing but AV. AV is open loop gain. AVS is closed loop gain. Therefore, this expression is rewritten here. Instead of AVF, we have written ACL. Instead of AV, we have written AOL. That is the only difference. In most of the amplifiers, loop gain AOL into beta, this term will be always greater than 1. Therefore, ACL will be equal to 1 by beta, the reciprocal of feedback fraction or feedback factor, right? This is about the amplifier as op amp as feedback amplifier. Thank you.